Hey, I'm meteorologist Doug Myers with the latest forecast on this Wednesday. Yesterday we had highs in the 50s and 60s. We did have rain as well. In fact, taking a look at the rainfall, we had more than an inch at Forbes, just a little bit less than that at Billard, more than an inch in Lawrence and Kansas City as well. Emporia got some decent rainfall or precipitation as well, because some of it was in the form of snow in the evening hours, and then less the farther to the northwest you went, and that was the trend. Taking a look at precipitation. Again, some of this is because of the melted snow and wintry mix that we had from yesterday evening, but it was the eastern two-thirds of our viewing area that got at least a quarter inch worth of rainfall, and the blue indicates at least an inch worth of rain as well. The lighter blue is indicating more in the 2 to 3 inch range, so definitely got some meaningful precipitation for the first time this month for many areas. And as far as the snow is concerned, officially got 1.2 inches yesterday. May have a little bit more since midnight, but I don't think it was a whole lot of additional snowfall since midnight. And again, that was exactly what the forecast was, 1 to 3 inches. Yes, it was on the lower end, but as I always say, you have to still look at that lower end. And it may not look like there was a lot out there because temperatures were above freezing for the majority of the time it did snow, so that helped melt a lot of it. But in general, we still got the amount that was forecasted, and we'll see if we get more numbers in throughout northeast Kansas throughout the day today, but it may be a little bit different because a lot of it did melt too. Wind gusts 61 miles per hour at Billard, 71 at Forbes, and it was a very, very windy day yesterday. The winds are going to continue for today with the high wind warning going until midday, and the winds will still stay strong in the afternoon. It's possible that it may be downgraded to a wind advisory for the afternoon, but these winds are going to continue until sunset tonight. Low to mid 40s for most areas, maybe a few upper 30s in extreme eastern portions of the state, with decreasing clouds early this morning. A little bit of uncertainty in how quickly the clouds do clear out, but I still think, generally speaking, at the very least, it'll be mostly sunny by the afternoon, even if clouds are a little bit stubborn during the morning hours. All right, here's a look at those winds. Strong during the morning hours, and then relaxing a little bit towards the afternoon, and then finally relaxing by tonight. The wind shift back over to the south tomorrow and increasing by the afternoon. Strongest winds along in southwest of Topeka, 25 to 35 miles per hour for some areas. And then as we head towards Friday, we'll get that southeasterly wind shifting more to the north by the afternoon, once again near 30 to 35 miles per hour. So a little bit more breeze on Friday compared to tomorrow. Here's a look at Supercast. It's showing plenty of sun during the morning. I forgot to change that. But for the most part, we will have mostly sunny skies today and mostly cloudy skies to round out the work week, even though temperatures will be warming up tomorrow, even with that cloud cover. Low to mid 50s for many spots, and then down in the 40s on Friday. However, there is a cold front that will be pushing during the afternoon. This model is a little bit different, so it is going to be something that will be interesting to see and adjust as needed on Friday with the temperature. But as we go throughout the day, as that cooler air works its way into the area, you'll notice that by 5 p.m., most areas are in the 30s or low 40s, and then pretty much stays there, maybe cools down a degree or two through the evening hours through about 9 o'clock. So it's not going to get that cold. We're only dropping to 27 Friday night, so regardless of how warm it gets on Friday and how quickly it may cool down in the afternoon, it's in early evening hours, it's not going to cool down all that much for the rest of the night. Warming back up over the weekend, of course, daylight saving time beginning on Saturday night as well, so unfortunately losing an hour of sleep. And then turning warm next week, 70s for highs, but it does turn on the windy side. And a quick check of the extended outlook, so we have probability of above average temperatures on all three of our time frames. And generally speaking, weather than normal conditions, at least a little bit higher probability than normal, but certainly something that we'll continue to keep an eye on as well. With Severe Weather Awareness Week continuing, we have tornadoes as our topic for today. We did have that the statewide tornado drill, or at least eastern Kansas, that tornado drill at 10 a.m. today that got canceled just because of the strong winds. Don't want to confuse people on thinking that because of maybe some lingering clouds in some areas and the strong winds, thinking that there's a tornado, because there won't be. But bottom line is, when it comes to tornadoes, don't rely on outdoor sirens. Remember, they are meant for people to be heard outside, to go inside to seek additional information. They may not necessarily be going off because of a tornado warning. They may be going off because of strong winds. They may be going off just in various reasons in different parts of the country. So you do not want to rely on it. You can have it as an option, but don't have it as one of your two options. Have it maybe as a third. As far as a tornado or strong winds like today is concerned, do not go underneath an overpass. The winds are much stronger underneath an overpass because the winds funnel in a small area that make it even stronger than what it would be in just a general outside area. Yes, you can get some hail protection, but you're not going to get protection from the strong winds or the tornado, and you can also make it very dangerous for other vehicles around you. So don't stop underneath an underpass, and don't do it today either because of the strong winds. That's not going to help either. And of course, go to the lowest level of your home, putting as many walls around you as possible underneath something sturdy like a staircase or a heavy table. Cover your head like a helmet, a blanket, a pillow. Stay in the shelter until the storm passes, and you can remember those tips by DUCK as the acronym. Don't forget your shoes and make sure it's a closed-toed shoe. Don't wear slippers, don't wear sandals, because what happens if your house or your neighborhood gets hit and you're walking around, you don't want to be stepping on some sharp objects. And if you're driving, as we just mentioned, try and exit the roadway and park. Hopefully, with forecasting technology these days, you are not in the middle of nowhere on a potential dangerous day where there's tornadoes possible with some storms, and you're keeping an eye on that and staying close to a nearby shelter and somewhere that is safe, that you don't have to be going out in a ditch or somewhere outside because you're in the middle of nowhere. Just something to be mindful of. Quick check of the 8-day forecast. Not looking too bad. Just be mindful of the winds and, of course, the slick roadways, at least early this morning, that will quickly melt once the temperatures get back above freezing this afternoon.